So in this video, let us try to understand how we can do leftmost derivation and rightmost derivation with respect to a given context-free grammar. Now here the context-free grammar is given in the problem statement, and we are supposed to obtain this string using leftmost and rightmost derivation. Now first let us understand what is leftmost and rightmost derivation. Leftmost derivation is, suppose if we have variables like this, say S derives ABC. In leftmost derivation, we will be replacing some production rule that starts from the leftmost variable, that is A in this regard. Suppose A derives A, if that is the production rule, then we write A, B, C. And the next variable to be replaced will be the leftmost once again, that is B. Now similarly in rightmost derivation, the rightmost variable will be replaced. Once again, suppose if we take ABC into consideration, these are the three variables. Now the rightmost variable among these variables is C. So C will be replaced. Suppose C derives small c, okay? So it will be written like this. And after we replace C by some rule of its, then we replace the next rightmost variable in the overall production. So this is about leftmost and rightmost derivations. Now let us derive this string, okay, using the context-free grammar that is given here, using leftmost and rightmost derivation. Now first let us see the leftmost derivation. So leftmost derivation. So as I told you, we are supposed to replace the leftmost variable. Now I will start with the first one. Always we have to start with the first rule, always. Later on we can choose any of the rules that is given in the context-free grammar. Now since it is I plus I, okay, ID plus ID, so I will choose the first production, E plus E. Now I have two variables here, E and E. Now I am supposed to replace the leftmost only. I cannot replace the next variable unless I have terminated the recursion of this leftmost variable. So E can be replaced by ID because my target string is this ID plus, okay. Then I have one more variable. Now I can replace or extend this by some other production rule. Now it will be ID plus I need ID star ID, so I can replace this E with E star E, the other rule. Now I am supposed to replace the leftmost only, ID plus ID star E. And finally I will replace the one and only variable, which is, as of this moment it is leftmost only, it is by ID. So I got my target string, ID plus ID star ID. So this is about how we can derive a string using the context-free grammar through leftmost derivation. Now let us look into rightmost derivation as well. So this will be RMD. Okay. Now whenever we go for rightmost derivation, we have to start from the rightmost string. So here what we have is multiplication. So E derives, let us choose this. Since all the production rule is starting from E only, so we need not have to choose, or we need not have to stick to, like, we have to start from the starting variable only. If we have multiple variables with multiple productions, then we have to start with the start variable only. So here everything is from start variable only. Now E derives, I will choose, I am concentrating on the rightmost part, so I will choose this production, that is E star E. Now since I am performing rightmost derivation, I have to replace rightmost variable only. If I replace this with ID, so I got this one and the multiplication operator. Now I can replace this. Since my target string is ID plus ID, so this E can be replaced by the first rule, E plus E star ID. Now once again I have to replace the rightmost variable only. So E plus ID star ID, and finally it is id plus id star id, and we got the string. So hope you understood how to perform leftmost and rightmost derivation. Thank you.